Early in this discussion, you guys talked about kind of the need for talent in this field, and it was a great call out. And I kind of call it. I always try to come up with a new phrase, like maybe a glut gap, right, for cybersecurity talent. What what can we do? We being society, what can we do to attract that talent, recruit it, educate it, and grow it to basically where everybody could write a book like this?
So if I could take that, given
Please.
that I serve as co-director of Stanford's Cybersecurity program, one of the things that I'll mention is that in our program for years we focused on helping train security professionals and helping them advance their skills. And a couple of years ago, we made a distinct, explicit initiative to help bring more people in the field by creating a Foundations of Information Security course. So I think that the what we need to do is we need to bring more people in the field, and so we need to have more conversations. We need to tell more stories. In our Foundations of Information Security course, it starts off with me interviewing Vint Cerf, who was one of the two co-inventors of TCP/IP from way back when. And, I interview him not only on the history of the internet, but the history of security of the internet. And the goal there is to help bring more people into the fold, as we also do in this book by telling the stories of the big breaches. And so I think we need to make the topic more accessible, discuss things with fewer acronyms and less
Yeah.
technical jargon, and I think that'll help us advance the field and bring more people into it.
Yeah, almost make it more relatable, more approachable. To
Yeah.
your point, Neil, like kind of accessible. I think that's a great idea. Moody, were you gonna?
And I think we'd also, I mean, looking at the SolarWinds attack and what has been happening, I think there almost needs to be a call to action, almost at a national level, that one of the ways we can serve this great country that we love is to help with the cyber defenses. I think there needs to be a kind of a new awakening, because what's been happening, and I think we're definitely not on the leading edge. We're seeing more and more these kinds of attacks having greater and greater impacts. And I think the SolarWinds attack is still, like, we're still learning more about how severe that is. So there almost needs to be like a national kind of level, a national campaign to raise the awareness. And we definitely need more of that on the government side. We definitely need more on the business, on the private side. I think there's definitely, and hopefully this book is in some way an invitation to, whether you love the consumer data and you want to protect people's data, or love our country and you want to protect its information, its assets. I think there's different multiple venues here to help.
And I think there's multiple levels of collaboration. I think one of the reasons that Moudy and I work so well together, and we fought a whole bunch of battles and executed on a whole bunch of security initiatives together back when we worked together at LifeLock. And I think that collaboration is super important to be able to have the intellectual debates, to have them in a fun, humorous way. What was great about working on the book together is that we were able to do that also when there wasn't kind of as much at stake with regards to just getting some chapters written, right? So that worked well. And I think that kind of collaboration needs to extend way beyond what happens within a company. As Moudy was mentioning, we need to have that level of collaboration between government organizations, between private industry. Moudy mentioned the SolarWinds hack, and I think that was, while there have been many third-party compromises before, there have been many foreign nation state attacks that we talk about in the book. What was novel is that there was one third party that was used to get into so many government organizations. So I think there is indeed a higher calling here, and we need to have more collaboration in a way that's conversational, without getting bogged down into tools and technologies, but getting focused on the what we're trying to achieve as opposed to how we're trying to achieve it.
Well, let's be clear. Neil is definitely a slave driver, so he did not go easy on me.
One of the interesting things about how CISOs and CIOs and CTOs need to work together is, if you think about a CISO's team, they are like a small group of Jedis. There's no way that they can win the battles without the entire infantry and all the lieutenants and generals, and all the lieutenants, generals, and the full team is typically not owned by the CISO of their organization. So being able to collaborate so that you can come and meet eye to eye on what are the target outcomes is super important. And I think that the CISO's organization also serves as independent verification of how are we doing on security posture, which is one of the advantages in having those roles be peers. But you can accomplish a similar sort of thing, especially the more potentially more mature an organization is. So I'll tell you, while I might have been tough on Moudy, he was, by the way, also pretty tough on me with regards to pushing back. But what are we actually trying to achieve here? I think there's a great point that this should not be about compliance and checking the list. Every CTO, CISO, CIO, they have to comply with PCI and SOX and FedRAMP and all these compliance standards. But I think that one of the learnings from the book is that if we focus on the 6 root causes of breach and putting in place scientifically effective countermeasures for those 6 root causes, that will go much farther than trying to check every single checkbox and dying from a death from 1,000 cuts.
Yeah.